You're very welcome to Bealtaine Cottage, here in the west of Ireland, the home of goddess permaculture. Today, myself and my eldest daughter went down to Lough Key. Lough Key is a forest park. It's a massive loch here in North County Roscommon. And on the loch there are lots and lots of islands. Many of them are crannogs. On one island there's a beautiful castle, and it was this that I wanted to photograph today, as well as taking Jack for a walk and for a swim in the loch. And there's some little videos at the end of this that you can watch. Jack enjoying himself. The photographs that I took today, I will be using them in my upcoming book, the working title of which is Walking Between Worlds. And it's a story. It's part fiction, part non-fiction, in that there's a weaving of mythology, a weaving of events, of landscape, of history, of the people, and of the ancient tribe of the Tuatha Dé Danann. I'm going to read you just a very short extract from the book, so as you get a flavour of the way in which it's been written. I'm hoping to keep this as almost a tapestry of words. So the continual weaving in and out between this world and what is called the other world. And the other world, of course, is inhabited by the She. This is from my book. The She are believed to exist within a spiritual dimension that can be accessed by humankind at certain points in the year when the veil that is between this world and the other world is thin. Working in very close alignment with nature, as I planted and tended the earth, inexplicable sounds and fleeting shadows around me became almost expected. So it was therefore that at some point a manifestation would take place. Most of the time, as I worked, my mind was free to think about old stories, conjuring up the first level of actual manifestation. This is not new to me, as I learned years ago how to use divining rods. The first step is to fix an image or a thought in one's mind, to focus on the object of the search. At Bealtaine Cottage, it was the search for water, as I've previously written about in my first book, A Cottage on 3 Acres. Spiritual practice involves focusing the mind and heart on the invisible, aligning one's inner thoughts to the desired outcome. In this case, the development of a deep spiritual communion with what one perceives to be the other world and all within. The She are recognised as a powerful, supernatural Celtic race quite separate from humans. However, this separateness has not deterred them from continual interaction with humans over millennia. The She are noted in legend to have descended from the Tuatha Dé Danann, who settled in Ireland millennia ago. The story is told that there was a battle where they were defeated by another tribe called the Milesians. It was after this great defeat that the Dedanan were said to have retreated to the mounds, raths, and forts. These mysterious places were left well alone by the race of man, and so developed a mystery about them. Many people have, over time, recounted experiences of their interaction with the Sidhe and have spoken about a timelessness or being lost in time, often disappearing into the mind, only to return, sometimes after decades, being the same age as when they disappeared, yet their loved ones had all grown old. It is accepted that the Sidhe exist in a different dimension of space and time than our own. Alongside these stories is the wide belief in the land of Tirnanog, believed to be an island to the west of Ireland. Within this mythology sits the story of Atlantis, and therein lies the link between the Tuatha Dé Danann and the people who escaped the sinking of Atlantis below the waves of a great flood. It is therefore of little surprise that so much of the folklore and mythology of the Sidhe is woven in and out of the fabric of life in Ireland, but especially the west of Ireland. This is the place where mountains can disappear in the blink of an eye as mist rolls in from the ocean, where the landscape responds to the energy of light and dark before your very eyes, a place of magic and enchantment where one continually walks between worlds. I leave my storytelling at that point. But it's been very interesting researching this book, because for centuries the whole story of Atlantis has been scorned, has been cast to one side, yet it was first mentioned by the chroniclers of ancient Greece. And how very interesting that recently, with all our technology and satellite imagery, there has been discovered what looks like an island off the west coast of Ireland, which is being submerged in the ocean. Lots of interesting discussions around this, some of which has been conducted by Graham Hancock, no less. And one thing that I have discovered to be very true has been the accuracy of the mythology of the people of Ireland. Because don't forget, they didn't write anything down. It took 20 years and more for a man or a woman to become a bard of the tribe, because they had to memorize the stories. Everything was memorized. And one of the stories that I've discovered in mythology is that when the Tuatha Dé Danann landed, or first appeared on top of Slieve and Erin, the mythology or the folklore goes that the people who first saw them as though they were coming out of the mist, because the mist rose off the mountain. And these people were tall and fair, and they were called the Shining Ones. And of course I write a little bit about this in my book, In Search of the Goddess Rising. So it seems a natural evolution to write a book about the Sidhe. It was also recorded that the Tuatha De Danann burned their boats to ensure that they could never go back. Isn't that an extraordinary thing to have in folklore, to have in this mythology? That this elusive, magical, creative, beautiful tribe of people who were the children of the goddess Danu, so they were from a matrilinear civilization, that they arrived in boats and that they burned their boats. Surely one would only burn one's boat if one knew they could not return. So it brings up this story of Atlantis, this mythology. All in all, it's been a most fascinating journey. And as the title says, I have been walking between worlds. Because the Sidhe are not disappeared. They are hidden from sight. But they do cross over into the world of humankind. Blessings to you all, and I hope you enjoy these short videos of Jack having fun.
Jack, it's back. Back. Look at that.
So thanks for watching this video. This is my motto: plant like your life depends on it, for it does. And this is what's happened here at Bealtaine Cottage over the past 16 years. I've spent all that time planting and co-creating with Mother Earth, finally writing some books about it, and you'll find a link to the bookshop just below this video. And here are some pictures of how it all looked in the beginning. Haven't changed the cottage much, but I have planted over 1,100 trees, so the land has now been restored, and it's beautiful.